Today, we're gonna play Instagram Survey Says.
Gonna hear from a few students, see what they're up to, what they're into.
And Brad is gonna give us a 3-minute rapid fire teaching on John 4.
The woman at the whale.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go!
How's your week going?
It's going great.
Yeah, what
Lots of, I've had some, should I be talking about the fact that I've been out in the parking lots having coffee? 8 feet apart, of course. But
8 feet's good.
8 feet, I mean.
Welcome to Codswallop Hootenanny.
I'm Allison.
I'm John G. And today, we're gonna play a little game involving Instagram and stuff. Ian, tell us about it.
Yeah, guys, so today we're gonna play an Instagram Survey Says. The high school and middle school team worked hard last week to survey all of our Instagram followers over a bunch of different questions. And we're gonna ask you guys the same question. You're gonna have to guess, how do you think our audiences on Instagram leans? Do you think they preferred one or the other? Whoever gets it right each round gets a point. The person with the most right at the end gets the prize. And the prize is Ian's respect, first and foremost. I know you're surprised. You didn't think it would make its way back this week, but it did. And also, we swung through Chick-fil-A this morning and grabbed a biscuit along with some of their tater tot things. So you can enjoy some Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Some cold Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Yes,
Yay.
yes, not a sponsor.
Let me just be clear.
I'm ready.
I saw that this was being done on Instagram and I never once looked to see what the answers were.
All right, let's go for the first question. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, yeah.
Which did our Instagram followers prefer, Disney Plus or Netflix?
Disney Plus.
John's answer is Disney Plus. Allison, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Disney Plus because I hear a lot of people on the Marvel thing.
All right, the answer is Netflix.
What?
I will say that it was close. Netflix won 53% to Disney
Wow.
Plus at 47%.
How many votes?
So pretty split. Oh, we had close to 50 votes on all of these total.
Okay.
So it was a good chunk of our followers. So next one, which do our followers prefer, Xbox One or PS4?
Ooh, this is tough. If they were wise, I would say PS4, but you guys are young. I'm gonna go Xbox One.
Allison, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the PS4.
All right, the answer is Xbox One, 68%.
Ah.
So 32%.
The PS4 is what I'm learning on. I'm learning.
Fortnite on my Xbox. It's like,
All right, so John's got
All
one
right,
point.
John.
Allison is still sitting at 0. The next question, which do our followers prefer, cereal or bacon and eggs for breakfast? Remember that they're students, but
Cereal.
also I might be trying to deceive you.
I think one, he's deceptive. Preference versus what I'm willing to make myself are not the same thing.
It's wisdom. So do you say...
They're young. I'm gonna say if mom and dad say, oh, do you want the cereal or the bacon and eggs I just made? They're eating the bacon and eggs. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so
And I'm
John's
gonna
saying
say
bacon and eggs.
3 of my 4 children would go cereal most days.
I'm
Let's
gifting
see
you
if our
one.
I'm gonna go
followers
cereal.
reflect Allison's 3 of 4 children. The answer is bacon and eggs.
No,
Bacon and
come on.
eggs. 54% said bacon and eggs. 46
Whatever.
said cereal.
Mommy,
so it's still
you made
pretty
me bacon
close.
and eggs. Thank you so
John's
much.
up
Children,
2 to
come
nothing.
on.
We still got a few left. The next one is staying up late or waking up early.
Staying up late.
Come on, man.
So you both say staying
How
up
many
late?
straight A students do we have? They're like, I love getting up. I just love cracking it early in the morning. Staying up late, dude. You should see when these kids
Staying
are
up
posting their
late.
Instagram stories.
That is correct. Staying up late.
Yes, I am
it
on the
was
board.
90% are night owls, and 10% would say they're morning people. The
Yeah.
next one is really fun. Do they wash their hands with soap and water, or do they use hand sanitizers? Which do they prefer?
Oh, what do they prefer?
Yep.
Oh, see, hand sanitizer burns and it like just dries out your hands, but it's the quick
I'll
and
give you
easy.
5 seconds to find an answer. 4, 3,
It's quick and easy, but it's not that readily available. I'm gonna say
2.
soap and water.
Soap and water. 1.
I guess I'm going hand sanitizer.
You don't
All
have-
right. The answer is soap and water.
Are you
Dude.
kidding me?
80%
Dude.
said
This is
soap
so
and
not
water.
true. So not
80%
true.
said
I'm gonna start
soap and
offering a
water.
handicap of points to people who have to play this.
That is John.
I think we need to redo that one.
No, I have-
Allison has 1.
First off, I have 4.
1, 2. You do have 4. You're right.
So,
math.
also
Okay.
gonna tutor you in math directly
Later,
after
later.
this video shoot.
The
I
question
think
is,
you
what is
lied.
John
I think
not
you
good at?
just looked at
I
all
did
the
not.
things.
I didn't.
I think
Okay,
you
the
did.
next one is don't touch anyone or risk it all for the snugs.
Come on, man.
What did they say? Don't touch anyone or risk it all for the snugs.
I have insider information here as a married man. It's a risk it all deal.
Risk it all for the snugs. Allison,
Oh.
you can say the same one. You don't have to
I
be
think I am
different.
going risk it all for the snugs mainly.
Okay, that is correct. 64%.
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all ain't married?
I'm sure they're snugging their parents, right?
Okay.
They're snugging their parents.
Well, I would have.
Yeah.
Don't touch anyone if I was.
All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for John, 2 for Allison. The next question is: shower every day or shower when I start to smell?
Oh.
What do you think they said? Shower every day or shower when I start to smell?
Here's what I think. I have reasoning. On those, when you vote on Instagram, whoever has the account can see exactly what you voted. And so I think people know that and they're like, I'm absolutely not gonna vote on this and say when I start to smell because it makes me look like a dirty script.
Because they're all trying to impress Ian.
I don't think it's that. It's that it's one more person that knows how dirty you are.
So John is gonna say they said every day.
Every day. When I start to smell, that's 2 days too late.
I was gonna say, if it was just like every other day, I'd go for that one.
I'd go with that as
but
well.
It's the smelling part. I think it's the everyday.
All right, that is correct.
Yes.
89% of those liars.
And you are certainly lying. I know that you are.
Seriously. Okay, we got the last question here. This is a good one. Did they say they prefer a drive-through meal or home-cooked meal? What did a majority say?
Ooh, they're missing that drive-through right now.
I don't think so. I think it's the only. I think they're getting that extra right now. That's the only thing they can go do.
Man, I am a terrible parent. I am just doing the home cook thing.
No, you're not a terrible. You're a good parent.
Oh gosh.
I almost said that we're going through a drive-through a bunch, but John said that Allison's a good parent for cooking. So no, we're not doing that at all.
Ian, no one ever accused you of being a good parent.
We're good parents.
That was a bad way of phrasing it. It was not good and bad. It was just more of like
feel convicted.
My kids have wanted Chinese and Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, how about I just make chicken with sauce?
Chicken again, healthy food again.
How about I bake a chicken breast?
No, come on.
That's chicken jerky for dinner.
Home cooked meal might entail that they get to be around their family, but a lot of these, that teenage years are kind of like, I want to be with anybody but my family sometimes.
All right, we'll give you 5 seconds.
I'm going drive-through.
3.
Doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you
I
want.
don't know what to choose on
One.
this one's
Hold
tough.
the L.
Just follow your
It's
heart.
what they want, right?
Follow your heart.
It's what they want.
Well, it's what did they say they want on Instagram in a live poll. 4.
Drive-through.
3. We got both of you said drive-through, and you both got it wrong. It was home cooked actually. 70% said home cooked meal.
If I said, go to the drive-thru with your friend and hang out for a bit, or home cooked meal right now, if you're risking it for the snugs, you're hopping in the car with your friend, and you're going to the drive-thru.
Wisdom.
So basically, you just told them that they are
So
lying.
the only person who
Okay.
lost this game is the person watching.
Yes.
Because they lied.
Because he lied so much!
So John wins this game yet again. 6 points. Allison got 3. Just a runaway. It's amazing. Okay, so John.
I'm trying to stand up from all the weight of the respect that I keep winning.
John, here you go. You can grab a Clorox wipe and dump it out. I didn't touch stuff in the bag.
Hey, this is still warm.
Wow, look at you.
No.
John,
How?
we're proud of you, man. You get my respect again.
Coming up next, we're gonna kick it to the students. We're gonna tell us what they're up to, what they're into. Check this out.
My name's Quentin Bear. I'm a senior, and my favorite hobby is probably soccer.
Hey, I'm Anna, and these are my weirdest pants.
My favorite Disney song is probably How Far I'll Go from Moana. Song bangs.
My favorite hobby during quarantine is practicing my cello. See if you guys can guess this song.
I would say the aspect of nature that reminds me of God is probably the sky because it's up there.
My favorite aspect of God and nature is, especially in times like this, is that even after a long, barren winter, God still has surprises just around the corner, like spring flowers.
So in John 4, Jesus, he's traveling through Samaria when he stops at a well to rest, and he talks to a woman who he meets there. And together they talk about water, about the not one, but 5 marriages she's had. They talk about worship, and finally he reveals to her this amazing news that he's the Messiah, the Savior of the world. Now we can only assume that the woman was changed by this conversation with Jesus and that she went back to her town to tell everyone about him, because John 4:39 says, many of the Samaritans from that town believed in Jesus because of the woman's testimony. Many believed in Jesus. Wow, that's super cool, isn't it? I don't know how much you know about this woman, but there were a bunch of reasons why she would not be the first person you would think God would use to impact the people around her. From what you guys might know of this story, can you think of some of the reasons why I'd say that? So why not the Samaritan woman? Well, she was a Samaritan, she was a cultural outcast, and she was living a sinful life. Not somebody you'd probably pick if you were looking to impact others, but Jesus picks her, this Samaritan woman. And check this out, Jesus picks you to make an impact too. Maybe there's some things about you that make you an unlikely person for God to use during this time. Maybe you're afraid that you'll say something wrong. Maybe you don't want to come off as weird to your friends. Maybe you don't know what to do during this time to help other people. Man, if there's some reasons why you're not fit to make an impact, I've got some good news for you. We all have reasons why we fall short, but Jesus desires to use us all anyway, just like he used that Samaritan woman. Man, if you want to make an impact in a crazy new world that we live in, I've got 3 practical ideas that I want to give to you. You could drop something off to a friend, maybe a card or food or something like that, and just let them know how much you appreciate and miss them. You could ask an intentional question to one of your friends to get them thinking about some of the deeper stuff of life. Something like, how are you doing during this time? Or is there anything I can pray for you about? Or how has this made you think about the deeper stuff of life a little more? Or you could set up a social distancing hangout, pending your parents and your friends' parents okay, where you sit 6 feet apart in your own lawn chairs, you meet up in a parking lot for lunch, or do something like that. Whatever you do, just do something and do it this week. Don't wait. And know that, like the Samaritan woman, you don't have to be polished or perfect to love somebody else. You just have to be willing. For her, the results of going back to her town and telling others was amazing. Again, John 4 says, many from her town believed. Before you X out of this video, I want to invite you to take just a moment to pray and ask God, who and how do you want me to make an impact this week, God? And then when God tells you something, do it. Have a great week, students.